Hi, we can hear you.
Awesome. Hey, how are y'all doing today?
We are doing very well. Look at the boys and girls and all the things they made for you. Of course, we know you're his uncle. Go ahead, Karsten.
This is my Uncle Jeremiah, and I think he's in North Carolina.
That is correct. I am in the United States Coast Guard. I've been in it for 15 years.
What kind of jobs do you work at now?
Well, see this plane behind me? That's what I work on. I fly in them. I run the radars and the radios on that plane.
I thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands.
Welcome
for
to
freedom.
our veteran video pat.
Well, thank you very, very much for having me. It is an absolute privilege to get to talk to you guys today. Thank you.
Well, the one of the things we've been learning about in social studies is what a veteran is. And boys and girls, does anyone remember, rather than me, I bet you Mr. Shaw would be curious as well. Does anyone remember what is a veteran? When we talk about veterans or Veterans Day coming up, I had to clear up the misconceptions early on that it wasn't someone that took care of animals. It's not a veterinarian.
Although that would be a fun job.
Yes, yes, yes. So Aiden Zachary, can you share with us?
And they can't take that away.
Mr. Shaw, what branch did you serve?
I was in the U.S. Army, but I actually had a very special job because not everybody always thinks of, they think of the U.S. Army, they think of tanks and Jeeps and all the other fun stuff. Well, there's actually a very large aviation unit that is part of the military as well for the U.S. Army. So I was actually a 68 X-ray 15Y is what they call it. I was the laser guidance weapon systems and armament on the Apache attack helicopters. So I had a really fun but very dangerous, but it was a great job. So I actually served all of the armament systems, the laser guidance weapon systems, and serviced all of the avionics for the pilots and for the ground crews. So
wow.
Everything you guys are doing in science as far as any kind of STEM activities or even like the basic computer programming, that's everything how I started out many, many years ago, just like you guys did. It piqued my interest, and I held with that all the way through middle school and high school. And I was always really good with electronics and kind of seeing how things worked. And for me, this was kind of an exciting way.
And I'm proud to be an American.
Awesome.
So my name is Roy Torres Colon.
Okay.
I'm a petty officer first class in the Navy. And I've been in for 19 years.
Wow.
So I did accounting and logistics, so reordering supplies for everyone. I did that for about 15 years and actually 13 years. And the past 7 years, I've been a full-time Navy recruiter. So I look for new people to join our great service. Tell them all the great schooling that we offer. A lot of people think the military is just, do as you're told all the time, but we are educating the youth a lot. Like I know the Navy recently just started their own community college, so schooling is heavy in the military now, not like on ships.
Wow. And have you ever had to be far away from your family?
Yes, I deployed to Iraq, Afghanistan 7 times in my 19 years that I've been in. So
Wow.
I've been
So
away
you
from
were
my
away-
daughters, a long time.
And that's, we've talked a little bit about what a sacrifice it is that
Where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died.
This is my Pepe.
This is my Pepe.
And do we call him Mr. Audette?
He's a veteran. And
He's a veteran, and that's why he's here today.
If you look at my uniform, I served in the United States Army, in the United States Army Reserves, and the Florida Army National Guard for a total of 26 years.
There's something.
Well, that's an interesting question. I read your questions beforehand, and I fall into the drafted category.
Oh,
which
you
does
do? I
make
wasn't
sense to
sure.
that.
Okay.
Yes, I was one that won the lottery, the draft lottery.
Oh, well, I wasn't sure if you were old enough. That's why I kind of paused. I thought, I don't know if that applies to him.
Trust me, I'm old enough. I was drafted in 1972.
Who gave that right to me, and gladly stand up next
So
to
Madison, can you go ahead and start? Danny, who was your VOL relative?
My VOL relative was Ramaya Torres.
Cool. What branch did you serve in, and how long did you serve in it?
Well, hello, Logan. I served in the United States Marine Corps, and I served 13 proud years.
Wow.
What job or jobs did you do while you served?
When I served, I initially started off as a quality assurance evaluator, which is a health inspector for the Marine Corps.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay. What would you say was the best part of your military experience?
Getting to help people. That was the best part. Being able to go overseas and see the kids who didn't have and the families who didn't have and be able to provide them a service and give them protection and show them love. That was the best part of my service. Being able to serve and make sure that you guys can go to school today and have fun. Hi, Logan.
This is from my grandpa because he was in the military too.
He was a Marine.
He was a Marine.
Yes. You should be proud of that. That's a big one. Tell him thank you. Your whole family, tell them thank you. That's a big achievement.
Well, it's bright in every American heart.
Mena, Mr.
Yes.
Mena, welcome. We are so happy to have you.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Oh, the children are.
I was in the Army, and I was there for 8 years. Yeah, I served for 8 years in the Army. Yes, I'm leaving soon. I'm going to actually go back to a military base and back in Virginia. Yeah, I already had 2 daughters, little ones, and like you said, sacrifice was one of the big ones. So I had to be away a lot of times, but they learned something very, very important about being in the military, and they respect and my little ones, they used to salute the flag without me telling them.
I've told this to all of my veterans, and I want my students to hear it over and over again growing up. Whether we were walking in a mall or wherever, I would notice the people that would go out of their way to come over and tell my father, thank you for your service. And it left such an impression on me that, I think it's very important. So that's why we will continuously tell you, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And
Time we stand and say,
your teacher served our country. Miss Mott was in the Air Force. Is that right, Mrs. Mott?
Yes, ma'am. United States Air Force. The job that I started to do took me a year of school, Miss Albert. I was in school with the military, with all branches of the service. We all were in school together, and I had to learn how to copy Morse code. And Morse code is a special communication signal. In fact, if anybody knows the story of the type, so Morse code was a very important means of communication long ago. But we know how technology is, and so we have so many more efficient ways to communicate now that Morse code isn't used anymore.
Did you know my grandpa used to work in the military? My uncle is actually in the Army right now.
Miss Albert, it's not very often that I get to talk about being a veteran, and it is nice. And I'm going to tell you all that veterans like to talk about it once in a while. Not all the time, but it's nice to share stories sometimes. So if you have a veteran in your family and you can ask them about their time serving our country, ask them. I know they'll love to tell you about it.
that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free.
My name is Alexander Abate. VOL relative is Madison Salvatore. She's 3rd grade. Most memorable is just being that 1%. That 1% that raised the right hand. The whole entire experience is the best part. Fast roping out of a helicopter was really fun. Riding in the helicopters and stuff like that. That was really fun.
What is the funnest thing what is the funnest thing that you can't forget?
I appreciate everyone's support, and I'm sure everyone else, all the other veterans and people that are still serving and everything, still appreciate everything too. Thank you.
Service.
Have a good day.
Happy Veterans Day. Happy Veterans
Thank
Day.
you.
And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land.